Hello, it's Dr. Yvonne, and I'm here to tell you about my 4-hour breakthrough blueprint, Mind Super Freeway. It's taken me 20 years to develop, and I'm starting to teach it all over the world. It's the most amazing technique. It's repeatable, it's non-situational, and it clears anything, any event or limiting belief you ever had. We can clear it in 2 sessions. The first session is very long. It can take up to 4 hours, maybe 6 hours even. And the idea is that we get you in a trance so that we can just go in and realign the unconscious mind, because all change and all learning is unconscious. You will be hypnotized. And the hypnosis is fabulous. I discovered it after I'd actually learned meditation. I used to do meditation and think, well, that's very nice. It kind of makes me feel good. Hypnosis, though, the difference between hypnosis and meditation, although they're both states of alpha, which is a slowing down of your brain rhythms, it actually is about directed therapy. So we direct in hypnosis towards a goal setting technique, so that we actually direct the mind towards achieving success. And everything together is absolutely fabulous. So before the session, I'm going to ask you to send me 3 or more pages of everything that doesn't work in your life, from before you were born even. Quite a lot of people have experiences in utero, actually, which affect them later in life. Quite often when I go back, someone will spontaneously say, my mother's afraid and it's making me afraid. And I'll say, what is it she's afraid of? And they say, I don't know, because I'm inside her. All the emotions mother feels are going through that child at the same time. When the child is born, 150,000 no's before you're 7 years old will give you a pretty rigid program in your head about what not to do. So we have to unwind those behaviors. We have to unwind those beliefs so that you can actually change your behaviors into more positive behaviors. Of course, with behaviors, we either modify them if they're okay, we can modify them. If they're not okay, we delete them. We simply delete them. You can't do anger management. You have to just delete the anger. It's much more simple to do it that way. I think of the mind as millions of file folders that your unconscious mind is always putting in order, changing around. They're the same file folders. We just need to change them around. And any unconscious behaviors, any unconscious processes are simply things that we need to actually delete. And much more healthy if you've got a virus file to delete the whole file rather than do it piecemeal or do cherry picking. So let me read you the statistics. With talk therapy, because I did a lot of it, because I had a really not good childhood and I did a lot of work. I did everything there is to do. Alfred Barrios in the American Health magazine said that psychotherapy produces 38% recovery after 600 sessions. You can talk to your friends and save your money. With behavioral therapy, and by the way, psychotherapy quite often embeds the anger and the other stuff even deeper into your physical body. So it's not a great therapy to work with. It keeps a lot of the stuff alive, whereas we actually need to just delete the file. Behavioral therapy is 72% recovery after 22 sessions, and hypnosis is 93% recovery after 6 sessions. And NLP is even faster. NLP is the idea that we can model people and model success so that we can produce success instantly and repeatedly and consistently every single time. So NLP is the psychology of success. With those 2 techniques and my own techniques that I've invented, including Mind Magic that I was nominated a Visionary Award for, and all the other unique contributions to the field of hypnosis, I always say, if something takes 3 years, can I do it in 3 minutes? And yes, I can. So the first hour and a half of that session, I'm going to be reading your 3 pages or more and taking out all the limiting beliefs. And those were formed before you were 7 years old. Little Johnny's playing with his truck. He's 5 years old. His little 3-year-old sister comes in and takes the truck. And Johnny goes, whack. And then mum comes in and says, oh, Johnny, you made your sister cry. How did you do that? And why did you do that? You need to share your toys. Johnny's like, okay, and you need to be more responsible now. You're a big brother. You're 5 years old. You need to be responsible for your sister. You need to learn to share. You need to learn how to let her play with your stuff. So Johnny, 2 minutes before, was feeling great about his life, feeling wonderful about things. And suddenly He has to look after other people, even though he can't look after himself. He has to share things, even though that means he can never have anything of his own. Maybe he's not, doesn't have such good behavior. He's not got his mother's approval anymore. So in that little instance, he can form 3 or 4 limiting beliefs or limiting decisions that then become limiting beliefs because they will be repeated. So at that point, a part splits off. He's no longer the whole person he was, the happy person. There's a part that is forever split off. And the interesting thing I found is that that part never has access to any new information. So at a wedding, people will be there and suddenly all the 3-year-olds come out. You always got more of my mom's attention than I did. She always loved you better. It's like, what? How old are you? Right? And it's literally that part that split off at that point when something was realized that we weren't quite whole anymore. The whole idea of NLP and hypnosis and all the other therapies, I believe, is parts integration. We're bringing the parts back home that split off at some point before we were 7 or later. So very importantly, that first hour and a half is spent clearing those limiting beliefs, changing the beliefs, unwinding the beliefs, possibly doing some reframing, looking at things from a different perspective. I had a man who came to me and said, I want prosperity. And I said, well, what do you think about rich people? He said, not nice people. Awful. He said, they're very mean. And I was like, wow, how can you be rich if you think those people are different from you and not very nice people? And I said, what about Oprah Winfrey? Oh, no, she's not. I said, what about, Ted Turner? No. What about the Gateses? Oh, okay. Maybe they're not all like that. Once you've got a little chink in the belief, you can then start working from there, because we now have an opening that we can start bringing new change in. Because all change and all learning is unconscious. And guess what? Confusion begins the actual change. So confusion precedes new learning and change. So if you're confused, probably really good. It means you're learning something. We then go on to clear all negative emotions, and that includes PTSD, depression, suicidal thoughts, etc. There are some wonderful NLP techniques that I've added to, and I've scripted so that you can actually read them to yourselves after the session and actually produce your own release of the negative emotions. Takes about 2 minutes to read it into your phone, listen back, and it will be gone. Because I'm going to clear 90% of what you've gone through in one session, and the second session will be to clear up any new stuff that comes up that was hiding behind the big stuff. So yeah, as we go then into the hypnosis, I'm going to add into the hypnosis everything that you said that was really lovely that you wanted during the session, and that you will have recorded and take home with you to listen to every day. Hypnosis is wonderful. 20 minutes hypnosis is equal to 4 hours sleep. So you're going to be refreshed, you're going to be revitalized. And I always give away my CDs, my free MP3s, so that you can listen to them every day for the rest of your life. And I would love to have you for a 4-hour breakthrough blueprint, or simply for a little chat about what you'd like to clear, and let me tell you how I can clear it for you. Or come to a class, an NLP training, practitioner or masters. And I would love to have you to learn the 4-hour breakthrough blueprint. So this is Dr. Yvonne saying goodbye for now. Be kind to yourself today and be kind to any kid you meet. Bye. Pass this on.